Hello ladies and gents, I am Adventrue and welcome back to From the Depths Adventure Mode. I've been putting this off for a little while, mainly because I'm not entirely sure, or I wasn't entirely sure, what I was going to do to recover this ship, because it's in a right mess, it's taking a huge amount of damage, it's partly sinking, and is currently being attacked by a combination of godly and expert designs. And that just makes it really difficult to do. What I am going to do though, is I am going to intentionally sink all the way to the bottom, and then from the depths there, I can send out drones. These drones will go out to collect all these resource salvage for me, bring them back to my ship, and give me the resources to carry on building. And also, they will have weapon systems on, come up above the water and take on these other designs. Currently, I am facing a bishop. I don't think in the current state my ship can deal with this. So if I actually start holding the guns, see, my ship is actually trying to take it on, but I don't think I can. I think the bishop is actually a little bit too fast, and that railgun is actually going to destroy me. And there's your frag and all that, and it's already damaged the main firing piece. So, if I actually just remove the altitude controllers, that should mean I begin to sink. Just down I go. Because yes, that bishop is got a decent laser. It's finally having a lot more difficulty aiming at me. Okay, the detection of my ship is considerably less. You can see its aiming is getting a lot more erratic. Unfortunately, I am still taking hits from the bishop. I really need something else to spawn in and take the heat off me. So at the moment, I am a sinking duck. I'd be a bishop this time. In the last episode, it was corruption or something, which is an old damaged design. Is this thing's having no qualms of just shooting me? If I was glitching through the entire ship there, shooting straight down. Let's sell my refinery, because this refinery has no worth while I'm underwater. Well, it does have worth. It has worth in the raw resources used to create it. So, still sinking slowly but surely. Yikes, my primary turrets took a real... Actually, my entire ship's taking a real beating. This frag cannon is really rather nasty. I'll sink quicker. It's probably going to end up destroying enough blocks that my ship actually begins to float. Heavy armor though is very strong. The heavy armor is the only stuff left really on this ship. Looks like now though, my ship is deep enough that the railgun shells are falling short. Excellent. Something has just spawned in. I bet they're actually firing at me, aren't they? Well, maybe not. Just a spray of projectiles at long range. Huh, despite not doing anything, this has got a dirty great big hole in it. I think one of these cram cannons clipped through the hull and shot itself. Because I haven't shot it. The bishop is still shooting at me. Right then, so my ship is now at the sea bed. There's a perfect chance to actually start working on it. I'm just going around and deleting all of the old props and that, because I'm not going to be needing them for a while. Quite some while, actually. Nope, I'm being sprayed at by something. Oh, it's the actual time. I think it's time fuses, or fuses are running out and actually blasting me with miniature fragments. What's going on up here? It's just shooting straight down at me. I guess that will happen. My ship is now level on the seabed, which is definitely a start. Problem is, I'm still getting absolutely pelted by stuff. I have the primary cannon just about. Oh, it's shooting me a bow weaponry. It's got like Velgan broadsides. What the heck are you? The hunter. Not working. Let's build a missile array. Well, I'm not entirely sure where's best to put this, so I'm just going to put a little array here. Every action is taking a little longer now. Game speed has slowed down quite considerably. APN. And guidance activation 2 seconds. Assigned to all length missiles. So I've launched my missiles. I wonder how they're actually going to do. So they're floating up at the moment. And then once they reach the surface, they should activate guidance and then go destroy something. So yeah, guidance activated. Oh, and I have run out of fuel, but the APN is now active, keeping it roughly in check. As you can see, it's still flying down a good distance, actually. Falling a little bit short, it seems. It's annoying that my ship is doing a pirouette, though. I want it to be sitting fairly stably on the seabed rather than capsizing like this. Pitch, output saturated. I know. You're meant to be doing stuff. But you're not. Probably because I haven't got enough power, actually. Well, now I have power again and a bit of fuel. I'm slowly pulling myself back into the correct orientation. Just going through, selling as many of these components as possible now. What I'm going to set up an ACB by this controller. Control. And every, I don't know, every 5 seconds, you are going to have an effect range of about 5 or so. And weapon systems. You'll fire them. This means I now have a constant barrage of missiles flying out towards things on the surface. Well, that's in theory anyway. Yikes. All sorts of stuff happening over here. Let's see who's actually fighting. Oh, an Excalibur. Yeah, that was a nasty ship. Fighting off the corruption. Another Excalibur. You, the Odyssey. Well, there's my missiles. Why are they just going straight? They should be turning. Because they're self-guided. Okay, that's bizarre. Let's file them myself. In case it's the ACB which is, for some reason, breaking them. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to sell the primary turret. Because this is not actually doing anything at all. That gives me plenty of resources to put in a couple of big RTGs. So put all these RTGs in here. And they will actually give me a decent amount of battery charge. It should mean I now have a much more powerful battery bank. So the fuel is now spent. Do I have enough electricity generation? So you, none, test. Which means I have a lot more power. So all my shields should now be strength 1. So these should just got a lot of little bits of power here and there. Excellent. It looks like my power generation has now stabilized with me reducing the amount of fuel I had. So I can sell all these unneeded components now. Right, let's actually add some more components onto these missiles, because apparently they are not working as I would like. I think a torpedo prop and a 1 turn and assign to all. And then I can actually aim these myself. Launch missiles now. There we go. So they did 1 turn. And I have a propeller, so they actually launch themselves out of the water at a decent rate. They should hopefully then pick up their target. But they do not. The hell? Right, I've turned my ship's weapons into torpedoes. So hopefully now these should acquire their target. Oops, I forgot to set them turning. Let's try to get in. I left the guidance delay on as high as possible, so I actually reached the water surface before they started tracking. Whoops. Go assign to all, same there. Now let's go target something. So it should be seeking target now. It's not probably not turning fast enough actually. Yay! My torpedoes are at last actually targeting something rather than flailing around like they were earlier. So they aren't exactly fast, definitely not very powerful. But as soon as I can start doing damage to things, I can actually start getting resources from destroyed blocks. So here we go. Excellent. Actually destroying things. So there we go. The resource slowly but surely coming in. What I need to do though, I need to build myself a little drone to go grab some resources. I can't really do that because I have no resources in the first place. The load is still going towards the below 80% health and sinking target, which is fine. I don't mind them going after that, as to destroy any of those blocks, get more resources. Oh, here come the next barrage. Heading towards the target. In powerful view on so I can actually see what's going on in the water. Excellent. Good hit. Hit the propellers there. Goodness, just those few torpedoes. Wow. I've just been deleting some of the heavy armor components, and good grief for the amount of resources I get from selling all those. Just sort of a couple of the turret wells so far, and yeah, I'm up to 12k resources. I can't target that because it is air. Oh no, it's now in the water, so I'll fire at that then. So if it's below health and sinking or anything like that, then yeah, I will definitely get some shots in on that. There go my torpedoes. Probably make them a little bit faster, I reckon. There we go, see? Torpedoes hit. Completely smashing into that one, doing loads. Good amounts there. Actually, they're all sinking completely. I've just done a huge more torpedo array and made them even faster. So I've doubled the number. So hopefully that will allow me to take on quite a bit more. So I'll fire them against this thing, which is still sunk in the water. Not been taken out just yet by the other vehicles in the vicinity. I'm sure it will soon though. There we go, all my torpedoes have now locked onto the target. It should actually might even destroy it. Quite a lot coming in. So all those just gaining resources as I'm fighting, which is brilliant. Awesome, that's a nice amount of resources gained, actually. And here they come. Very nice amount of damage dealt. And this is why surface ships are considered very weak in the current state of the game, because these torpedoes just do horrific amounts of damage. This is like mostly metal and alloy. Yeah. Let's delete another part of the turret well. There we go. So that now got plenty of resources for repair. And once again, fire the torpedoes at that target. What I'm going to do is, rather than firing them myself, is I can actually put an AI controller here. So put low weapons controller there. And then I actually want a connector block, because what I need is detection equipment. I need a active radar. No, sonar, I mean. So sonar that on the top there, and then when I connect this up to the receiver, this should fire by itself now. Because my ship should have detections on stuff. Yep, you see, I'm actually getting sonar detections now. So level up. There you go, my torpedoes are hitting. Nice and low, so we're getting the bonus damage. Actually gaining resources now. Very, albeit slowly, but I'm gaining resources. So what we're going to do now, I'm actually going to prefab this missile launcher array, and with that I will make a missile one instead of just this torpedo one. So let us add a few components on there, prefab that. Let's put it over to the other side, to here. And just dump it on this beam here, like so. So that's quite happily firing away. There's two lots of torpedoes now. Just go see what they're going to go destroy. We're just happily blowing up that. That's cool. Get a nice amount of resources from blowing that up anyway. Good grief, those torpedoes are making a mess. Some of them are destroying each other, so that is over. Have too many going in now. Look at that, just gathered another 1,000 resources off it. Yikes. A couple of thousand just from blowing components up. Yeah, that's not what I was trying to do. What I was trying to do is create a new connector here, and this is going to be a receiver with buoys in, detection equipment, and I want a radar holder. Launch pad will have a single gantry. This gantry will have a ballast tank, I think. Ignore. Once it's very, very buoyant. And this is going to be a radar buoy there. So this should just float up very, very quickly. And I want ACB. Activate every few seconds. I don't know, every 10 seconds or so. There's fire weapons. Where are the fire weapon systems? Fire. Go, and actually, since I have them, missiles, eject add-ons, because these I'm going to repurpose into my other ones, my anti-air ones. This should be very nicely maneuverable. Hope to have a decent. Actually, let's add another fuel tank on. There, your fuel tank. Guidance delay. think those are my missiles. Yep. Path view, good. Excellent, they hit. And that's AI dead on that thing. Fantastic, so that thing has been destroyed. So now I'm actually going to begin work on a little vehicle. This is going to be my resource gathering vehicle. And so I actually want it to be fairly maneuverable, have a good amount of resource storage upon it. So let us grab a few of these boxes. There we go. I've now got a decent amount of resources on here and a decent amount of power. And so we'll be able to operate away from this facility for some time. And I would now like to put on the control. Here we go. I've just made myself the little submarine. And this has got a load of batteries so it can charge, a load of storage. Got some wooden beams there to reduce drag, and then a load of props to actually make it move quickly. I'm just sending it out to go grab these resources. We will need to add some more, probably go all the way over to these ones. Into that here and here. There's all sorts of resources available to me, so I just need to go grab them. Well, excellent, level up. Means I am actually still doing damage to things. Oh no, it is. They are shooting at me. Please don't. Oh great. This target just decided my hauler was a great resource vehicle and went and destroyed it. Darn it. Yeah, I'm having to face a Titan at the moment. Very irritating. My next goal is to get a load of the plasma turrets, the particle accelerator turrets, and use those to strike back. So I need 5,000 material. That should now lock on and blow things up. Should. Okay, I've set up my particle accelerator. Just going to use manual controls to try and fire at it now. I'll find something to shoot at and go destroy things, or at least earn resources. The game is going really slow at the moment. I'm just firing my particle accelerator there, and see, it destroys a beam. Well done. And it's getting completely annihilated by something. The game is currently going incredibly slowly. It's around about 0.1 at full speed, and my frames per second is down by 10, just because of the ridiculousness of all the things which have spawned in. What's actually going on in the vicinity? So we've got another Excalibur, we've got Titan, got lots of resources which I'd like to get hold of, but I just can't really at the moment. I've got a Dark Star. I think that's all there is at the moment. It's just taking absolutely ages for anything to happen. Unfortunately, I'm now being attacked by the Dark Star and actually getting shot at by it as well. Well, here is the Dark Star completely beaming at me. I'm just going to try and shoot out the actual laser systems. I can only fire it once every 10 seconds. Oh, it looks like it's shooting itself now, which is kind of good. Shoot there. Shoot off the barrel of the other one, which is nice. Shot through the APS there, but doesn't look like I actually damaged the gun itself, so no detonation. I'm worried a little bit about these cannons because they can do damage to me with all those fragments. So they get close, then detonate, and then it kind of hits me. And there we go. I shoot and hit the APS. Don't actually destroy it, annoyingly. Just took off all the actual recoil absorption. That's a bit unfortunate. Now the Dark Star has decided to come and attack me once more, so using the particle accelerator to try and disable it before it gets too close. Trying to shoot through the belly of the beast to try and break the engines and or fuel or hit ammo or anything really. I know the engine is a bit fairly central to this. The APS are in the corners. Ideally I need more particle accelerators. Once I've taken this down I will be able to get a load more. Well, excellent. Part of the turret has been knocked off. Or the thing it might have shot that off itself. But still, that's good. Ooh, skimmed a little bit there. Just missing the fuel barrels. Though they don't explode too much, so it's not too bad or too good. Unfortunately, some of the damage which has been dealt has been on my torpedoes, which is very, very irritating because it means I can't defend so well. And it is firing torpedoes at me, which is not very many. Excellent. I've actually locked my targeter onto the APS gun at that until it destroys it. Need to hold it on for a little while. There we go. Fires, hit the internal, whole thing detonates. That destroys a load of the deady blades as well in there, which has destabilized it. We can do a similar thing on this side. Go. I think I've got an internal target again. So now that is destabilized, it means I can actually destroy it with torpedo fire. Look, it's vomiting shells down at me. Again, I have targeted the internals of the APS turret, so hopefully it will hit it. Though that was torpedoes hitting. My torpedoes are at last now striking it. More damage which is now dealt, that means that this thing is at last going to be destroyed. There you go, the particle accelerator hits the other turret. Get a load of internal detonation there. Again, breaking a load of the deady blades. So that should now make that sink really quite heavily. I'm down to 95% health. Destroyed all of my missile launchers, so I've only got the torpedoes left. And the particle accelerator cannon. Okay, let's actually aim for the middle of that, where the engines are. So if I can overheat the engines, that will turn it off. My torpedoes are still doing good work, so I'm down there. So it's actually aiming in the wrong direction. You can see me just there, launching the odd torpedo out. Got my particle accelerator firing at the next turret, so hopefully it can destroy that as well. It might not actually have any ammo in. Still firing at it. And there we go, the last turret is now destroyed. So a huge amount of fragments just go flying in all directions. And that should destroy a load more of the deady blades, making this even more unstable. I can barely hear it moving now. And now the Dark Star is completely in the water. Torpedoes are hitting it from below, though it's not taking quite 100% the bonus damage all the time, since it is quite high up in the water. A lot of other AI, though, heavily damaged and such. These lambs, though, are being quite irritating, shooting down a fair few of my missiles and torpedoes. The lambs. Let's try and take that one out. Again, just a little bit forward. Shoot a hole through the ship, though, destroying some more components there. It's quite cool seeing the hole all the way through. Well, the base of the Dark Star is still getting absolutely hammered. You can actually see really well into the internals. It's just my torpedoes just going straight up and boom, huge explosions. Hear what remains of the engines trying to work on overdrive. But it's still not dead. Very impressive. Find little ammunition stashes here and there. We can afford another particle accelerator, so I'll go put that on now. When I aim up to one of this thing, I should now have 2. That's 2 damage, cool. I have 2 targets to take out this thing. And fire. One shot. Take off an entire wing there. Yay! My EMP managed to strike that fighter down. It looks like there's all sorts of expert and godly designs coming in. I believe that is a meteor. Yes, a meteor, a judgment, and a shatter, I think, from the Twin Guard. Oh, there it is. Devastation. Yep. Bit crazy out there. So I'm targeting the Judgment's main cannon with both my particle accelerators. Admittedly, one's only EMP. But it should still do nicely. Oh, my torpedoes are coming in and just making mincemeat of this side of the hull. Both fired. See the EMP striking there. Surging around the ship, but honestly not doing that much. I've just been deleting some more blocks here and there, and also armouring up my missile launchers so hopefully they won't get destroyed as easily. So, and the rear end of my ship has just disconnected, giving me a really nice large number of resources. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put on this thing. This is a anti-missile interceptor, torpedo interceptors. What I haven't got though is a passive sonar, so I can't see them. So detection equipment, passive sonar, and then connect that up to the AI. Excellent, now I have that. That's going to give me some anti-torpedo defense. Prevent the torpedoes from just destroying me at range and that, which is brilliant. There we go, I put another particle accelerator down there as well, which give me just that little bit of extra damage output. However, that's all I have time for this episode, so thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths Adventure Mode with myself and Adifin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I shall see you next time, where hopefully more things will happen and I will stop my ship from floating. I want you to stay at the bottom of the ocean. Anyway, until next time, bye!